Well then, I guess this is it right here. Hello and welcome, my fellow operatives. My name is the Nemesis, James Taylor, and you are on the episode 2 of the Nemesis Sessions. With me, my guest this evening, he is a former 5-time world's heavyweight champion. He is the god of PWF, Peter Richards himself. Peter, welcome to the show.
It's about time you have me. Why do I have to be the second guest? Why do I have to go behind this dude?
Well, you see,
This
Peter,
piece of crap.
oh, that guy right there. You already have a problem with him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Peter, you
You're,
see, the reason you're number 2, you should have been number 1, is you're a busy man, and it seems to be hard
I
to get
do.
hold of you. And every time I
Well,
reach you, you're too busy doing something else. Hey, I understand. You got to do what you got to do, right?
I'm telling you, ever since I joined PWF, I became a very busy man.
And
Podcasts, interviews, all that. It
and
just takes it out of you sometimes.
I told you down the road, anybody, and you're proving it, that you can make a career off of a win over the Nemesis James Taylor. Not to be too egotistical.
I don't know if I would say your win technically would got me going. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, more than most, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
neither here or there.
true.
I mean, we can go the history of me if you want to. I mean, that's what the people want, probably, anyways.
Yeah, definitely. So I was going to go ahead and hit it with you. What has, since PWF has been kind of on the back burner for a little while, what exactly what has Peter Richards been up to over the past few months?
For the past few months, I've been getting my own podcast going. I actually got it up and running a lot better, which I will blow a little smoke up your ass. That's what you like to say. Your two
Uh,
episodes are still the highest listened on my podcast thus far.
that's because
But
he likes it.
shit. But I've been doing a lot of my podcasts, a lot of my promoting, my merch, getting that going. Got a new tattoo today, finally.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it still hurts, so I might flash it here and there, but it's whatever. But other than that, I've just been getting hit up in the DMs for people wanting me to join their company, which I probably won't. Just if you're listening, I probably won't unless
Okay.
the money is, high enough for me.
Oh, okay. So,
Still,
okay.
yeah. I'm still waiting on Russell Cooper to send me that plane ticket for TBW.
You know what? That's somebody we're going to have to definitely get on this show. He's going to be a guest on the show in about an episode or two. So I will definitely bring that to his attention and let
Yeah.
him know the God himself, the God of PWF,
Mm-hmm.
is wanting to come back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My health is getting a lot better, so I'm getting itchy to come back to the ring.
Oh, yeah. And, brother, I definitely would love to have you in it. Um, So let's start off. Let's start off with your wrestling career. When
Mm-hmm.
did you first get a taste of in-ring competition, and even if it was on a trampoline? For me, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people know I was on a trampoline when I first started. So what about
Yeah.
you? What was your first year like as far as trying backyard wrestling?
The year had to be, I want to say 2015, 2016,
Okay,
give or
okay.
take. I don't remember the year exactly. But I was in a church, Adair First Baptist was it called, and these guys came up to one of our midnight or our all night events we did where everybody came to the church, stayed up all night, did all these different things. Well, these guys came up and they made a video package and they presented it on the big screen on the wall, and it was called CWE, Christian Wrestling Evangelists. It
All
was
right.
on a trampoline, but they had the Titantron, they had the entrance with the lights and the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this and it clicked in my head. That's what I want to do because big wrestling fan.
Oh yeah.
So I talked to the guys. His name was Kyle. Talked to him, said, hey, I want to try out and see what we're going to do. So I go to the place, do the tryout, and I amazed them because of my talking. They
Nice.
said I was very presentable, very yada, 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 blew up, smoke up my ass. Went and did the tryout match, got first show. I got the very next show, boom, I was already in there. Did it. I lost my first match, of course. That's no big deal. but they were super surprised by me because I was there from 10 in the morning till 8, 9 o'clock at night. The guy I was fighting didn't show up till 5 minutes before we walked out the curtain.
Wow.
Yep, guy had no idea what the match was about, and I just kind of gave him the rundown. Said, "This is how you're going to beat me. I'm going to do this, that, and the other. Choke slam, boom, 1, 2, 3. Everything else, leave to me. I'll do it out there." They went out there and had one of the best matches you could ever see. This guy was 6'9". I'm 5'9", and it was like Big Show versus Rey Mysterio, pretty much. But what caught the guy's eye was, you ever seen that video clip of Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, when he fights that old lady? He's like
Yeah.
arguing with that fan.
Uh-huh.
The guy I was fighting, Big John, his grandma was in the front row. And throughout the whole match, he was making me mad because he had this hat on. And I'd take the hat and I'd throw it. I'd say, "Get that off there, be professional, yada, yada, yada." And he'd go grab the hat. Well, that was the running joke through the match. Well, he threw it towards his grandma, and I walked over to grandma and yanked it out of her hand and said, "Don't touch this. This is mine." And she got up, started swinging, getting ready to box me and all. So that part there, I guess, sealed my contract for them, per se. And after that, I was in main events ever since.
Really?
And I mean, yeah. I mean, I have the brochure right here. I don't know. Kind of CW One Way Out.
WWE.
Yeah.
It even has the
Yep.
underscore thing like WWE used to back in the
Yep.
day. Also like
Yep.
TBW. Okay, cool deal.
Yep. Yep. And there's me, young me.
Yeah.
But this was the last show, and this was actually pretty cool concept. I won the hardcore belt, which was like their version of the Universal.
Yeah.
And I was teaming with the champion, the regular champion, Marine. And it was us two versus another two, and winner takes all for both belts.
Oh, wow.
And I technically lost it. What they did is they hanged me up on the side of the trampoline, and one had me in a crucifix, the other one had me in a figure four,
Mm-hmm.
and I passed out, you know. And after the match, they presented me the belt back and said, "We think you deserve the championship. The other guy doesn't." And it's supposed to go into a big feud. Well, we quit after that. So I did that for almost 2 years. Did a lot of shows, busted a lot of heads open. I bruised a muscle like along my lung because I went through a table. And when I hit the table, I bounced back up and went through.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it was pretty cool. We did everything, thumbtacks and all, right in the middle of a church. But each show was actually in a building. It was actually a church. We had the entrance, the whole setup. We moved everything around. It looked like a legit indie wrestling show.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
But
we got a question. Buddha is asking you, what would the dream match be if you could face anyone in the ring? I don't know.
Anywhere?
Can you? Yeah, you. If you could face anyone in the ring, how about of backyard wrestlers and then of pro wrestlers?
Okay. So backyard, the obvious answer is me and James. That's a match that's got to happen. But I'm not going to say that one because that's cliche, and I don't do cliches. If I had to face anybody, backyard-wise, I really want to face Atomic Titan. I don't know why. I just feel like me and him could go, or Gage Flair. I would like to fight because James Taylor fought Gage Flair, so I need to fight Gage Flair.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Pro wrestling wise, my all-time favorite, no matter what anybody says, me versus CM Punk would always be my dream match.
Oh man, yeah.
For pro wrestling wise, because I met CM Punk.
Oh, so, you've met him, lucky bastard.
I met him like a month before he quit WWE. I happened just to run into him, yeah. And I told him, because at that time, it was right after CWE, I was working for a wrestling company called MWA, Maximum Wrestling Alliance. Right. And I was kind of like the backhand guy. You know, I did everything but ref and wrestle there. Lights, music, medic, trained with the wrestlers. And I had asked CM Punk myself, I said, what would you give for info-wise? He said, just believe in your dreams and one day it'll happen. I said, one day I want to wrestle you. He said, well, we'll see.
Nice.
So
That's
that would be my pro wrestler.
I hear you. See, if it was me, yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I'd love to face you. I faced a lot of backyard wrestlers, and I'm getting the opportunity in TBW to um, show my skill a little bit more. And I've got to face Gage Flair quicker than I thought I was going to get to face him. And I'm 2-0 right now in TBW. I don't know how long the undefeated streak will last. I'm not really keeping up with wins and losses. It's more the fact that I just want to go out there and show that I can still do it and have fun. Even if I'm not in a pro wrestling ring, I might be in a backyard wrestling ring. But you know what we're doing? We're doing an evolution type thing where we're showing a new genre of backyard wrestling. We're making it like a big thing.
Yeah.
It's just your typical old school backyard wrestling where you're using weapons and looking like trash. We're doing something different with it. And I could feel that happening. And that to me is really, really awesome. What's up, Josh Allen? Joshua Allen from TBW is in the stream. Welcome. Thank you for coming on the show and checking us out. This is the God himself, the God of PWF, Peter Richards. But this is a guy right here. He knows. But I feel that's what we're doing at TBW. It's kind of, I can't even say the word, but you know what I'm talking about.
Blah, 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 blah.
Making backyard wrestling into something better. And as far as here's a new question I'll ask in just a second, or a new thing. As you can see, it looks like Sarge is starting to talk. All I could keep my eyes on is a sexy guy named Sarge in the background. Oh Lord. So with that being said, as far as pro wrestler, a lot of people are probably thinking one guy. As cool as it would be, it's not that one guy actually. And we're thinking Stone Cold, right?
Not Stone Cold.
Pro wrestler I really would like to be in the ring with, if I could ever have a match with him, would be Triple H. And if I could do a match,
that would be amazing.
I would have ever gotten that opportunity to wrestle Triple H, even if it was for a few minutes. That would have been my dream, to be able to do something like that.
Let me ask you a question on that then. Would it be My Time Triple H or Evolution Triple H?
Oh man. I'm going to go with Evolution Triple H because he's a little more experienced. He's basically learned his craft. My Time Triple H, he was basically there in a sort of way. He was pretty ruthless, but he was still becoming his own, because My Time Triple H just now won the World's Heavyweight Championship for the first time. The Evolution Triple H is already around that 10-time mark.
Yeah,
he's established himself as the superstar. That's how I feel.
More comfortable.
Thought that would have been awesome. Quick question from John, Sarge. It's been a minute. How's your health, brother?
My health is doing good. It's getting there. I mean, we still don't know what caused all my heart issues, but I've been doing nothing but exercising, getting better, drinking, eating healthier, and I'm feeling, I'd say, at least 30-40% better than I was. I actually did an echo, and this was kind of what got me itching to go back to wrestling. If you don't know what an echocardiogram is, it's where they hook you up to a machine, and then you got to run on a treadmill and get your heartbeats going real high, and then they take a picture of your heart, see what it's doing when it's beating hard. Yeah. It took me 45 minutes to get from 80 beats to 170. My blood pressure went up really high, but my endurance and all that, it took forever to actually get me. And they're like, you're running at 15 miles per hour, but yet your heart's not getting fast. Okay. So they're like, your endurance is really high. So that kind of gave me the itch, like maybe I could get back to backyard wrestling. Maybe I could make a trip to TBW if Joshua Allen buys me a plane ticket. Never know.
Josh, if you're listening, this is a guy that I would recruit. That you should talk to Troy and Gage, and I know you're the owner too. And I mean, Peter Richards is a good, cool cat. And maybe later on down the road we can bring him. Me and him have some good promo battles together. So that's definitely sure.
And I've worked for wrestling companies. I mean, even backyard, like piggyback what you're saying about TBW being revolutionary. Here in Oklahoma, there's been 3 or 4 backyard feds that actually formed into actual wrestling companies. And there's guys that's going 10, 15 years strong running actual wrestling companies from
That's
the backyard.
that's really really good to know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that you look like you're doing a little bit better. You seem the same
Thank
to
you.
me, but I know that you
I'm
deep
always
down,
egotistical.
yeah, you're egotistical. But I know deep down though the way you felt compared to what you were a little over a year
Mm,
ago. I know a little bit's different. Um, and I just been praying for you and hope that it all is going to work out.
appreciate you.
Um, Sarge said, "Glad to hear. Keep up the hard work. If you got this, I know you got this, and me and the whole PWF crew is here for you, and you know that's true.
That's my family.
Yeah, you definitely know that's
That's my
true."
family.
Joshua Allen said, "Anything is possible," and there's those 3 magical words: never say never.
Never say never.
Never, never say never. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, hey, anything can happen. If we could get you up to 100%, you know, and you feeling good again, yeah, I'd damn sure like to have you there, and we could definitely
Oh yeah.
squash one out. Get a match.
Hell yeah.
Really cool. Uh,
Never know. Me and you could be the first tag team champions.
you never know.
Mm,
Legitimate
mm,
tag team. They've had tag team
mm,
champions apparently before, but they were like
mm.
self-proclaimed. Because I've watched a lot of the TBW. This isn't about me though. This is about you. But if you did come, hey, you never know. Never know. Anything is
I'll
possible.
bring
Definitely.
I'll
Oh,
bring Buddha with me.
you can bring Buddha with him. That's right. Oh, and Buddha said that. How
Mm,
funny! You timed it
mm-hmm.
just right. He said, "As promised, I will be your manager." So, yeah, you bring Buddha. Maybe we can get
There
him
we
in there
go.
and give a close hell to somebody.
Hell yeah.
That
Oh
would be
hell
awesome.
yeah.
Um, I got another question for you. When you were doing your backyard career, tell
Mm-hmm.
me about a time, the first time you won an actual championship, and what was that like for you? If it meant anything to you, or was it just another day at the office?
So to tell the story, I have to give a little feedback or backstory to what happened. It was a triple threat match, and we called it a. See, I have to try to think what it was called because it
Huh?
wasn't a casket match. It was like a. What it was is we had a gurney. Okay, so there was this guy Kyle. He was a portraying kind of like mankind type character. He was deranged,
Mm-hmm.
and he was on. He was the hardcore champion. He was on a rampage. He was going against everybody, beating everybody, hurting everybody. And I was in training with this other guy, and we both challenged him. We said, "Hey, if you're going to fight everybody, why don't you come fight us and have a match out of it?" So it was like a hardcore type match, but we had this little gurney, and how to do is you had to take the person, put them on the gurney, chain them up, padlock it, and roll them out of the building.
Padlock it.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, you had a we legitimately padlocked everything. So we go into this match. It's me. His name was Animal Kind, and a guy called The Rock.
Oh, wow.
They, yeah, they were kind of portraying wrestlers.
I
I
know.
was my own guy.
We did that. We did that in the TWF
Mm,
day. So go ahead.
yep. And we went in there. We were doing the match. Everybody's fighting each other. Well, midway through the match, we found out that Animal Kind had stolen The Rock's girlfriend and locked her in a room. They pulled it up
Oh,
on the screen. Yeah. So he left the match, and it was just down to me and him, me and Animal Kind. Well, we was fighting, doing all this, and I took the guy and I put him up on the chairs in the front row. Had people around, they were all hooping, hollering. I said, "Move out of the way." So I ran back and I did like a what Adam Cole does now, the boom where he kicks him back of the head with his knee.
oh
I
yeah.
did that. Yeah, I did that. Well, somehow my 160-pound body knocked over the whole front row. The
Oh,
whole seats went over because they're all locked together.
mhm.
And the whole front row just boom goes over. He's falling down. I'm laying on top of him. I was like, I'm sorry. He's like, this is fucking gold. Keep going. So I grabbed the guy, picked him up. I took a cookie sheet, hit him in the head. He took a chair. Well, he went to swing. He had it up like this. It was going to go down, and I was going to block, like you do, block it. Well, instead of putting my hands on my head, I put it out a little further because I wasn't thinking. And what it did is he hit it, and I pushed it back. Well, the chair popped him right in the nose. And he had a mask on, but his nose was sideways, bleeding everywhere.
Oh,
He
shit.
goes in, he's like, go home, go home. I was like, okay. So I put him on the gurney, tied him, padlocked him, rolled him out of the building. My brain didn't understand what was going on, but I pushed him through the door, and I turned around and they played my music. And all of a sudden, everybody's standing up, cheering, clapping, saying this is awesome, all that. And it didn't click in my head until they handed me the belt. I was like, holy shit, I actually won something legitimately. And I mean, I even have the belt. It's a fake belt, of course, but
Dude,
let me pull it out here.
still, though, that's
But I
a
mean, yeah,
that's the history.
yeah. And this belt I actually got turned into this one, which I mean, you've seen in my promos, this gold belt that I have. Like
Oh,
I've actually turned it into a belt.
that's awesome.
But
You're a little bit
but
shy,
you
you know.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, oh no, we can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Your video's a little choppy, but
Oh, I was trying not to move.
no, you're good. You're good. It's clearing up.
Okay. But I mean, it was crazy because there was, I want to say 60 to 65 people there.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
you know the feeling,
Hey.
hey, dude. 65 people. I mean, it doesn't matter if I've wrestled in front of two people, and
Mm-hmm.
even if it's just like one or two people, you still want to put on the best show you can because
Okay.
also you got to think about that camera being on you. Imagine
Mm-hmm.
that camera is 1,000 or 5,000 people that are actually watching it or going to be watching it in the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I look at it. I wouldn't care if there was nobody there. I've wrestled just me and a guy. We set up a camera. There was nobody else there, but I knew that that camera was watching me. You
Mm-hmm.
know, do you ever feel something like that?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's like when I did that match, I was just going through the motions. We practiced all day, blah blah blah. And then when I pushed him down, like I said, I turned around, it clicked on me. I was like, "Oh wait, all 60, 65 of these people are standing up,
Oh,
clapping their hands." And I was just like, "Oh shit." What did I just now I have to act surprised. Like I already knew this was going to happen, but I have to act surprised like I won the belt. And I
man,
was like, "Holy shit." Like this is insane. To
that's
me, I WrestleMania, that was to me
it was a
WrestleMania for me.
moment for you for sure. What,
Mm-hmm.
dude?
Mm-hmm.
That's Josh asked me, James, are you down for having me for episode 3? Joshua Allen, you know what? If you want to be on episode 3, my man, you could be on episode 3. That's totally up to you. We'll reach out to you and we'll go from there. But hey, if y'all would like to see Joshua Allen, but right now we're talking with the god of PWF, Peter Richards. Well, that's really cool.
Beautiful.
Do you remember what year that was?
I want to say it had to be 2015.
That was your
Had to
first
be.
official title,
Mm-hmm.
and it meant a lot to you, didn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it was insane.
I don't have mine no more, but my very first world championship or my first championship period was a world championship for TWF. That was Teen Wrestling Federation. And during that time, it was April of 2000. And we called it WrestleMania because we're young and we couldn't think of nothing else. And we're like, what the hell? We're just going to do our backyard WrestleMania. And
Mm-hmm.
I was in the main event, and I was my character Kazuya Taylor because I was a big fan of Tekken and Kazuya. There's
Yeah.
Dan, then there was Kazuya Taylor. I played two characters. I had two egos. Dan Taylor was basically my Stone Cold persona, and Kazuya Taylor was my Triple H persona. And then eventually later on, we'll get into that later, but later on I meshed them together and made James Taylor. I've told you this before. But I won my first world championship it was a 5-man. It was like a fatal 5-way before they even invented fatal 5-ways, but it was elimination. And
Mm-hmm.
it was down to me and Chance as the last two people, the enforcer, but he was his name was the enforcer, Chance Alvis. He was basically like The Rock. He came out to The Rock's music, did the rock bottom, all that good jazz.
Yeah.
So I give him a pedigree, won, and I won my first championship. And it was a foam belt, the little plastic foam belt that you could buy at Walmart, but back
Yeah.
then more foam than it was the little pleathery
Yeah.
and other stuff. And
Yeah.
remember, I just threw that thing up, and I was just like, "Yeah!" And I ran off like it was nothing, right off the trampoline.
Yeah. Hey. It doesn't have to be professional. It doesn't have to be certified license. I mean, if it's a show, it's a show. You're proud of it. That's what I tell everybody. I was like, I don't care if you do backyard or pro, as long as you're proud of what you do, just do it. Even
Exactly.
promo.
Everybody in the audience that is watching, share this, like it, and if you got any questions, feel free to throw them up in the comment section. We can highlight it. We can ask Peter some questions. I'm going to go ahead and ask you a second, a third, fourth, fifth question, whatever. So you won. You talk about winning that championship, and you busted that guy's nose. Obviously, did you break it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he give you any shit afterwards?
No. All he said is, went back, I'm all sweaty, but holding the belt, like wrestlers like, oh my god, I won this. I looked over and he's over there going, popping that nose back. I was like, oh dude, I'm so sorry. He's like, it works. It was on camera. It looks fantastic. It's a hardcore match. What do you expect? He's like, just don't do it again. I was like, you know what? I'll give you something. Next show, put me in thumbtacks. He's like, bet.
Wow. Did y'all do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I had thumbtacks all up right here. Because his finisher is the mandible claw, but he'd pick you up like a choke slam and drop you.
Oh wow, kind of like kind of like a masked choke
Yeah.
slam.
Yeah. But he would like put his fingers in your mouth and I'd hold onto his wrist and he'd lift me up. And
there's some people, tell me if he did this. There's some people, it depends on the situation, who he's against or whatever. I heard that Mankind did it. And I've never had to deal with it myself, but you seem to have. Did he do that where he had the fingers legitly in your mouth, or did he ever like just close it and make it look like it was in your mouth?
he put his fingers in my mouth.
He did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mankind, Mick Foley, I don't know if you ever heard, but Austin talked about it once. He said that Foley, depending on if he was mad at you or he didn't like you, he'd either legitly stick the no, it was Undertaker talked about it. He'd either put the fuckers in your mouth or he would just do this and make it look like it was in your mouth.
Yeah.
So
I know he stuck it in my mouth and lift me up. And when he would go to drop me, I was going to flat back it, but halfway through it, I got scared and I turned. So I got all on my shoulder and my right here. I had like one in my neck, and I was all crying like
you should
screaming because it hurt.
Man, I try to tell some of these guys in TBW, take that bump because you landing on your arms, you're more likely to break them than you are your back. You're not going to break your back taking a bump, unless you're just that weak boned or whatever. You know what I mean?
If you're in the ring, you can slap the mat. I mean, that makes the sound, but just flat back it, just go down.
Mm-hmm. Sarge is asking you a question. Peter, what was your thoughts on us never getting to finish the Elite versus the Enders storyline? Good question.
Well, if the Elites didn't get screwed over like they did, we could have had that.
He wanted to talk that a lot in episode 1. We were talking about the Elite Operatives.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching right before this episode.
That kind of goes. Let's fast forward a little bit from your wrestling career. Let's talk about the promo career. Let's start about what got you into the promo world. How did you discover it, and what was your thoughts on it, getting into it, and describe a little bit of it, the beginnings.
So I did it in YouTube way before TikTok was even a thing. CW folded in 2016, and I was just going through. Like I was working for MWA, doing all that, and we have this thing called VOTEC, Vocational School. I don't know if you guys have it down that way, but I was in there one day and I was on YouTube just scrolling through things, and I was looking at promos because I like promos. That's legit my favorite part of wrestling is promos and stories.
Right.
And I was watching Kevin Owens in Ring of Honor when he got signed back and was going against Jim Cornette and talking all that. That's like one of my favorite promos. Well, down below it was this kid called Kyle Cowan from Tillsonburg, Ontario, Canada.
Wow.
He had this makeup on. He was talking about his wrestling company, CHBW. And I was like, what's this? So I clicked it. It was a backyard fed. They wrestled on a mat or like a tarp out in Canada. And this dude was portraying like a Joker character, and he was talking about how he was going to hurt his opponent and all this. And they did legit barbed wire deathmatch style. They were a deathmatch company. So I commented on his video one day. I said, man, don't pull your punches. I was being a troll.
Yeah.
And he texted me back. He's like, put up or shut up.
Put up or
So I was
shut.
like, oh, yeah. So I was like, okay. So I made it. I made a video on YouTube, and I'll tell you guys the channel here in a little bit. But I did a promo, first time ever, green as goose shit. And he commented back or did a video back. And it was really good. He was talking about go back to your church league, kid, yada yada yada. He's like, you piece of fucking shit, and just went off. Yeah. And I
Dang.
was like, this dude's legit mad at me. So I messaged him. I was like, hey, you want to do this, or do you want to like not do this? He's like, I mean, I'm down if you want to.
Uh-huh.
So we did like stories through just promos.
Wow.
And what came from that was I met this dude called Psychotic. He's over in Philadelphia. Yeah, Randy Mendez over in Philadelphia. Well, he ran his own company, EBW, Extreme Backyard Wrestling.
Oh,
And
wow.
they did the same thing, but they were on concrete, everything. We became friends. There's another guy in Washington, D.C. He does his own company, WWA. And we all just became friends, and we started promoting together, doing stories. It just became a friendship, but we were telling stories like we did in PWF. And through that, I found YouTube for about 2 years, and then it just kind of died off. Everybody did their own thing.
Wow.
Yeah, and then TikTok and
Then the TikTok came, and there was
mm-hmm.
PW. Talk us a
Yep.
little bit about that. And then after
So
that, this question right here that Vamtrix just asked.
okay. With TikTok, I was doing my own videos. Didn't know there was a promo league. I thought that died with YouTube. I was thinking of it. This guy got on here. I can't remember his name. I was trying to find that video. I can't remember. He had a cardboard belt.
Oh, wow.
And he was talking like, I'm the green line, you're the red line, give me a promo against me.
For that?
I was like, what the shit,
Uh-huh.
And that character over on YouTube and CWA is called Peter Phenomenal. I was a gimmick of AJ Styles. I was like, I'll dust off Peter Phenomenal. I'll see what I can do. So I did the video, and not even like a day later, Kent messaged me. We all know that piece of shit, Kent. He messaged me and said, hey, I got this company called PCW.
Right.
Would you be interested? I was like, well, I'll have to download Discord, but yeah. I mean, I'll go see what you guys are doing. So I downloaded it, got on there, saw Draquan, saw you, saw Sarge, saw everybody just hacking the shit. And I was like, this would be pretty cool. So me and him talked, and he's like, I want to have you feud or in this battle royal against Lethal One, A1 Nero. I think Sarge was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Buddha, maybe a couple others. I can't remember everybody. I remember Lethal and A1 was in there because that's who I feuded with after. But he's like, if you do better than them, you're going to win and go fight James Taylor on the first Velocity. It's like, okay, whatever. Yeah. I thought, wow, I suck. I mean, I haven't done this in 2-3 years.
Okay.
And I ended up winning. I was like, okay, this could be something I could do. So we did it, and then we went on, and you and me feuded. I lost to Vince Beans for some reason. I don't know why. I'm still salty about that.
Yeah, I wonder whatever happened to him.
I have no idea. He just dipped one day, and that was it. But you and me went main event of Velocity. And I won the belt from you. You won it back the next week. We got Feud of the Year. PWF came after.
We kept it going.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pause it right there. Let's kind of go around a little bit. Vamtrix wanted to say, what are your thoughts on the death of NXT with 2.0? We don't have to talk much about it.
I have a poster. Yeah,
the black
I have a poster. The best WWE show I went to was NXT, Tussle and Tulsa. Got to see a lot of people. And I loved NXT. But when
Yeah.
I saw that, I didn't watch the show, but I saw that Tommaso Ciampa lost. I said, that's it. They got
Yeah.
rid of William Regal. I said, that's it. It's this new stupid 2.0 bullshit.
It's all colorful and
It's,
everything.
yeah,
It's not the same. Not the same.
no, no.
Um, I feel the same way. But look at here, Cody Morrison. It looks like
Oh,
Cody Morrison is here, and he wants to know, when will we see the Nemesis versus Peter?
mm.
Good question.
In real life?
Yeah, and is that what you want to know, Cody, in real life, or just another promo battle?
I mean, promo battle. I mean, never say never on that. But in real life, that's what I want. I want one match with James, whether it's TBW, our own company, whatever. I'll just have to get my health to where I can actually do it. I just want to make sure I can do it. And I would love to main event a TBW show with James Taylor, whether it's against him or with him.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely work together, and we'd steal the show doing it. I know we
Mm-hmm.
would.
Oh,
Um,
hell yeah.
let's see. It just depends, Cody. It depends on his health, and never
Mm-hmm.
say never. Anything can happen. You know, so it could be sooner than later. It could be next year. It could be 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a matter
I
of.
might, I might get a backup what I said in our feud and put James Taylor down for good.
Yeah, there you go. You can put me out of my misery.
There we
You
go.
did say something, if I remember correctly, at the end of the promo and thing. You said, if I was to do, I want to have James Taylor's last match, if anything, promo match, promo
Mm-hmm.
battle match, where
Yep.
you kind of like I give the torch to you or something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
I did
I,
say
I
that.
I said I'd be down for that, if I was to pick, but it's hard to right now, especially with me getting back into it.
Mm-hmm.
And been working out myself, and I've been feeling really better and
I'm pumping an iron.
doing all that, doing everything that I can. Sarge is saying, don't be shocked if Triple H starts his own company now, since everyone got released. But I thought Triple H already ran all of TBW. You know what I mean? So other than that, that's what.
He was kind of running NXT, but then he had his heart issue, and then Vince McMahon took over. Now we got that stupid rainbow-looking NXT 2.0 with Rick Steiner's son as the champion now.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's why I watch AEW only now. Well, in New Japan.
I didn't think I would, dude. I really didn't think I would. I still watch the main WWE, but I am transitioning to AEW. I've been watching a lot of CM Punk and that MJF, and I've even
Yep.
watched Bryan Danielson and the
Oh, him and Adam Page was great.
yeah, Adam Page. My bad. I've been watching a lot of those two. Those four. I mean, and I'm digging it. I like it. I watch it. I watch the highlights of it every week. I don't know how to really watch the full match or the show because I don't have cable or nothing like that. So
I don't know. I watch it on TV, so I don't know. I think you can watch it on Fight TV, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
uh-huh.
I don't know.
So let's Cody said King Ghost might come back. He said he wants to come back to PWF. For your AEW figures, I don't. Oh,
Let's get some more people.
Sarge says that reminds me when we having the arm wrestling match for your AEW figures. I don't have. LOL.
My AEW figures up there.
Oh man.
You're gonna have to break my shoulder for those. Those are some rare ones.
I bet you got some high dollars.
I mean, I legit work at Walmart, and that's the only time I've ever seen the Young Bucks together. Since I've worked there, I always go check. I've got the only two I could ever find.
Buddha is asking you thoughts of Braun Strowman in Ring of Honor. What you think?
Yeah, I did see that. He's with EC3, and
I didn't even know that. That.
Yeah, he came out with EC3 and somebody else, I think it was.
So why did he not go to like AEW or?
I don't know. That's the weird thing. I would have picked him up as soon as I saw him release, but
Mhm.
yeah, I know he's been like working out and thinning out and stuff. And I saw him come out with EC3. I was like, holy shit,
Wow.
that's amazing.
Yeah. I did see the other day for the Impact Zone, Impact Wrestling. I
Hmm.
saw Big Cass, and he looked
Yeah,
different. Did you see
he's
that?
big boy. He's beefy.
He's not
Yeah,
he don't got that belly chub no more, but
no,
he's like a six pack going. I'm like, damn,
no.
he
He,
transitioned a lot.
he was on I want to say Renee Young's podcast. I think it was.
Whatever.
Yeah, it was either that or Chris Van Vliet, one of the two. But I knew he found God
That
and he became very Christian and leaned out, quit drinking alcohol
that
and
was
all
his.
kinds of stuff.
He was
Hmm.
probably to death or something. That's
Yeah,
he's
he had like
crazy.
that seizure or something.
Oh damn. Yeah, I
Yep.
remember hearing he had problems, but I'm actually glad to see him change and everything. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
yep.
Well, let's go back to the promo in real quick. So when PCW died and we had our feud and all that
Mm.
was really cool. Uh, talk to me what your honest to God thoughts of everything with PWF and how was your I mean to the audience at least let them know how was your thoughts or how was your career to you in PWF? Like what did you have fun doing it and all that good stuff, you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, to give a little backstory, my first match PWF, I lost against Jax Amadeus, and that was supposed to be like a side feud that was supposed to happen, but with him having his personal problems, we had to change it up. But I was never envisioning myself as a three-time champ for PWF. I didn't think I'd ever actually win the championship. I thought it'd be mid card, high mid card at most, because that's what I was positioned with PCW. But I actually like gave effort into those promos, and I saw like a small company virtually becoming competition for NGT. I know NGT is its own thing, its own monster, its own thing, but I saw PWF growing to the point that it could be legit competition for NGT. And in my mind, I was like, I got to be top three guys. I got to be somehow. If ever a day comes, PWF triumphs over NGT, I want to be that Mount Rushmore PWF. And that was my mindset through the whole thing. Yeah, I was second command, you can call it, behind the scenes, but I never used that pull to put myself before it. Some people might say, well, Pete's James guy, obviously he's going to be the winner, but I never actually used my pull. I never told James once, I'm doing this for me only, you know, like the feud with Irish that I had. A lot of people thought, Irish didn't deserve that win, but like I was a big pulling for him. I was messaging him when I saw the spark in his eye, and I saw people like Sarge. I saw people like Irish, Drakewan, Lethal, Sinner, all these different guys actually have a fire for once.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, this could be something. A few hiccups here and there, but relatively, we had a good crew. We had Buddha win the Rumble and go and beat James for the heavyweight championship. We had Creepy Leech become the first heavyweight champion. We had Skippy the Clown. We had all these cool characters,
Mm-hmm.
and it was legitimately fun for me. Yeah, it's on a video game. Yeah, it's on a phone screen. Whatever. It's still pretty fucking fun.
Yeah.
And we was a group, a family. Now things happened. People change. I mean, it is what it is. But you still got Buddha. You still got Sarge. You got TBW crew now. Like it's still going. It's
It,
maybe a little different.
it could still go. I mean, it's just a
Yeah,
matter of
yeah,
communication. I hear you, you know.
yeah. I mean, I I legitimately had fun with PWF. It was the most fun I had up and since the CWE days. You know,
Mhm.
even with my YouTube promoing, I mean, that was fun. I did some crazy shit. I mean, y'all need to go back and watch that Peter Phenomenal's Back channel. That's a phenomenal with an I, not an E.
Yeah.
But I did some crazy shit on that promos. I mean, but I had the
I,
most fun with PWF.
yeah. I think I've seen some
Yeah.
tell me one thing I want to see. I want to see some of your matches, but you got to somehow show me, get those going for me, and let me see it and show our audience.
I have, yeah, I have the tape. It's somewhere over here. I have the tape. I just got to find a way to put it on a disc
So
or whatever.
I don't know why I can't think the technical term. I used to. It's a thing you could get. You can go to Office Depot, and that's how I got some of mine on there. And I need to go back and get
Mm.
another one because I returned it for money. Yeah, tough times, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Hey.
But a transporter thing, or I have to think of
Yeah.
the technical term. I'm brain farting on my computer knowledge right now, but it's a certain
That's
thing.
a.
You hook up to your computer, PC, or whatever, maybe even laptop, depends on your type of PC and if it will run it or not. Then you get your VCR. It plugs into the VCR. It brings up its own video on the computer screen. And then what you do is you hit play and then you hit record on the computer and it will record it into a digital format. You can't fast forward or not. You'll have to play the whole
Yeah.
video.
That's fine.
That's how you do it. That's what I wanted to get to save my tapes because my tapes are 20 something years old,
Mm.
15 years old, and I want to. The only way I'm going to be able to save them because they're not going to last super forever. They've lasted
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. And, I think you should do that too. But as soon as I figure it out, I will message you and let you know what that's called. It
Yeah.
costs about. You could do what I did. Don't tell nobody. But even though this is on TV, you can buy it, use it, get it all, and then take it back. And then
Yeah. I say I only have one tape. I think it's. I want to say it's Meaningless Mayhem, which is where I won the belt.
yeah,
I think it is.
that's
I
cool.
only have one. I could probably find the rest. They're all on tape. I just got to find the other tapes. But I think I have that one for sure.
You probably have them in storage or something. You'll find
Mm.
them. Find them. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see them though. I mean, I still got more that you haven't, the audience hasn't seen of me, and I'm gonna put my trampoline days on there and stuff.
Scrawny ass James
Hey,
Taylor.
actually, wait a minute.
About that big.
Cody said, Peter, we should start a feud, me and you, promo battle. What do you say? You never know, man. You never know.
When PWF comes back.
Uh, I know he does more stuff on Instagram than he does on TikTok, but
I haven't heard that name forever. It's good. It's good seeing you, buddy. I haven't heard your name in forever.
yeah. Sarge is saying I need to see these tapes. It's Sarge, yeah. Which tapes? Mine or his or both?
Both.
Run them neck and neck. That'd be pretty
Yeah,
neat.
I need to get those. Those were some good times, man. They were so. Those were good times.
Hey, I recorded off the TV because I just had to. My match that I had when I was 16 on the trampoline. Did you ever go and watch that?
I haven't watched it yet. I
Yeah,
didn't know you had it on YouTube. Is it on YouTube?
it's on YouTube, but it's not
Okay.
the quality because I recorded it literally off the TV through the
Mm.
phone. But I'm gonna put
Yeah.
it in digital form where it'll look better up there. But if you get
Oh
bored,
yeah.
it's like a 10-minute match that I had for the World Championship and stuff.
I'll watch it after this.
Let's see. So, when you were in PWF, did
Mm.
you, other than myself, not to be too egotistical here, but did you have anybody that you really liked working with that you thought something was there? Maybe there was something there that you had a blast doing
Mm.
promos with, other than myself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. PCW wise, I had my feud with A1 Nero was amazing. I miss A1 Nero. I wish he went to PWF with us. There was him, and then there was Draquan, obviously. I liked the tag team franchise warriors with Buck. Buck was so much fun. Crazy bastard couldn't get a hold of him half the time, but he was a good one. And then when we transitioned over to PWF, I feuded with Tom Guff and other people that I'd already feuded with. But the first match leading up to it with me and Irish was just gold. I loved every second of it. The dude was so willing to do whatever. And I mean, to the point that I had the picture that he had mailed me of his kid's footprints when his baby was born. I even used that in the promo. Like, that was, to me, insane. Like, nobody else had done something like that up to that point. Granted, after that first match, it kind of declined a little bit, which is, it happens. But that first match was just, to me, I legitimately wanted to be across the ring with him and wrestle. It got me to that point.
With Irish?
Yeah. That first blood match we had, the first one, when I talked about his wife and kids. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, that match was great. The one that I wish, and I know what PWF going down, I wish continued, was me and Icarus. I don't know where you found Icarus. I don't know what hole he crawled out of, but that dude is amazing, and I want more of him. I wanted more of him because he to me, Irish, that first match made the God of PWF seem like a overall bad guy, but Icarus made the God seem little, and I really wanted to feud more with him because he was just that good. But there's two guys that I wish I feuded with that never got to, was Creepy Leech and Skippy the Clown.
Really?
I feel like if those two were a tag team, I wanted to be in a tag team match with them. I wanted to have a 4 somehow. That was just a dream match of mine. And then you got this ugly Brooklyn, New York, whatever he is, cheesy ass smile. That's another guy I'd never feud with.
You know he's in here watching. Careful, he might.
I don't care. I mean,
Icarus was a guy who was formerly in NGT, and he got kicked out for whatever the reasons. Don't know the whole story, but I know he
lost
to do a promo with me. We did a little promo battle for a little bit. He liked me, he respected me, and then he saw that I was running PWF and asked how he could join, and I told him, and I was curious and kind of iffy before the whole thing with me and Sabu, and then I invited him in, and I liked it. But right when he came in and started to get started was when all the shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Now he's in KCW doing the thing over there. I still watch him. I support him. He's a cool cat. I like him.
He's the heavyweight champ over there.
Is he? See, I didn't even know that.
I'm proud of him for that.
That's definitely something right there.
Or is it HCW? Might be HCW. One of those two. I know he's a heavyweight champ.
Yeah. He was a pretty cool cat. I like him. I haven't heard from him much lately because I guess he's been busy with that, and I don't know about all the, how some people like to gossip and things go, but then other people can and move on. But that's for another stream, another story, another time. But yeah, I mean, you and him going at it. I remember we had that little tease, and I know he told me it was before, like I said, the shit hit the fan. He really wanted to, other than me. The reason I didn't want to do any big feuds, is because the story with in PWF. I didn't want the spotlight on me. I wanted the spotlight on somebody else. I mean, if I wanted to be egotistical and take everything, I would have hogged all the championships, hogged all the spotlight, but I'm not that type of guy. I'm not that type of owner. I'm not that type of promoter. So he told me, other than me, he wanted you. He wanted to face you. And I think, honestly, we would have had some badass promos, badass matches between you and him. Yeah. I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I wanted to feud of the year with him. I felt like me and Irish had it, and then I wanted me and Icarus to have it.
Oh, man.
But, I mean, anybody else, really, Buddha was another one that we never got that longevity feud. We never got that real long, drawn-out feud. But, I mean, him, Draquan, me and him's one-on-one right now. We need that one more match with me and Draquan.
Buddha's actually saying that would have been a great feud,
Nah, you little shit.
Probably you and him.
Mhm.
Sarge is saying, Peter, be careful, bud. You know what the Sarge was all about.
I
Oh.
don't know, because the Elite Operatives is always better than the Enders.
Then the enders, those little flat enders. Yeah, I know he's sitting right there in New York. What the hell?
I mean, I
And he,
heard what you said, you ugly ass mug. I heard what you said in that promo or
uh,
that video.
he said something.
Enders will always be better. No,
And he,
no, son.
oh, they were all worried about championships. At least some of them. I know
Mm-hmm.
Sarge wasn't really, but they were cool cats. They were
Oh
definitely
yeah.
cool cats. You know what? The Enders should have. I'm gonna get them here. The Enders should have just bowed down and just came over to the Elite
Mm-hmm.
Operatives. We could have been a bigger and better Elite Operative.
Yeah. I mean, you saw what we did to that Wolf Pack. We turned on them. Me and Buck turned on them in that Hell in a Cell match or whatever it was. No, or was
Man,
that a War Games? That was War Games.
he said, "Oh, really?" Because last time I checked, Enders beat the Elite. When? I don't
I
remember that.
must have a concussion because I don't remember that.
I don't either.
I don't know.
Oh,
Your high pitched voice hurt my ears earlier, so I couldn't really hear
he said he
half of what you said.
was listening to it. Buddha was saying that he's actually talking about Peter and
Oh,
Icarus would have been really good.
oh,
That's cool.
yeah.
That's really true.
That's the feud I want. Other than me getting my belt back from Joey Knight Jr., that's the match I want.
Yeah, that would have definitely been. Hey, again, never say never. If you
Never
ever
knows.
got
Yeah.
to, I mean, you never know. I've been thinking about doing here's a little spoiler alert. I have been working on some kind of like an award show for PWF and was going to announce it on TikTok. And
Oh,
even if it's a little one and done type thing, and feud of the year, superstar of the year, breakout superstar of the year, and stuff like that. I've got about almost all of it done. So keep
yeah.
an eye out on that because that is definitely going to be coming to all you uh, PWF people that are still watching, and you definitely. Peter, let's see. He said, "Oh, really? Last time I checked, Enders beat the Elite." Okay, and then he said the Elites ran the B plus show while the Enders ran the. But you,
Oh,
Sarge, it's not about me, Peter, right? But honestly, when James Taylor and Peter Richards was on Velocity, it was the A show. We had the most attention.
I
Enders.
mean, when you look at the award show for 20, was it 2020 or whatever, or 2019, whatever it was. I mean,
That's
we
20.
got the feud of the year. Yeah, 2020. There's the plaque right up there. I can go
Oh,
get it if you.
he's got the plaque.
I got
I
it. You
have a
know what?
plaque. How do you have a plaque and I don't?
Hold on.
Go get that plaque, Sarge. Did you get a plaque, Sarge? I didn't get no plaque, but Peter's definitely got the plaque. Something he's actually proud of, and that's cool. So let's do.
So, yeah, don't worry your little mind there. But I mean, I got the plaque of the year right there. PCW.
Let back it up for us a little bit. Feud of the year 2020, the franchise
Yep.
Peter. Oh, you don't have my name? Because what if somebody
No,
asks
this.
you?
I thought you got yours. I sent you one.
Oh, you see, you're probably gonna have to read that to me. I did not get that. I did not get that.
Huh?
Was it? Oh,
Huh? Yeah, yeah, I made this one. I sent it to you. You slacking there, old James.
yeah. Sarge said I didn't get Peter's reaction. But now he's saying no. Now I'm pissed.
You'll
Oh man.
be pissed when this podcast gets more views than yours.
Oh. Look at that.
I mean, I'm giving you spotlight. That way they go back and watch yours. Don't worry.
Hey, you know
I,
what?
I love you, Sarge. You're
Good.
good. You're good. You're good people.
One thing I missed, and this will lead to another question. Did you enjoy ever those times, Peter, Sarge talked about it, where we'd have those nights on Discord where all of us would be in there, about anywhere from 6 to 10 of us would be in the Discord server. We'd just all be talking and laughing, cutting up, and talking trash. Do you remember those?
You
Did you have
know how many?
a time, like a favorite night that we did those?
You know, I can't tell you how many times I miss getting in voice chat and listen to Hen Dog just go off, Drake won, laughing his ass off. Sarge popping in and out because he was like a weasel. He always popping in and out. He never stayed.
I know.
You know,
You teasing him now, man. You teasing.
yeah, I got him. I mean, I miss it. Buddha sitting there, creepy Leech coming in, being Leech as always. I do miss it. I really do. I mean, that was good times. I don't know what happened, but that was just good times where we just enjoyed each other. Fuck the PWF, fuck the PCW, just enjoyed people and
Yeah.
people being people.
They say in the business you can either make friends or you can make money. Well, clearly none of us was making no money, but I really see it as kind of like a little small family who made friends. And then this right here is actually, me and Peter have been friends basically the whole time. And
Mm-hmm.
There's not too many people you could say you've done that. Rage, Lethal Injection, I actually consider him like a brother too. I don't talk to him as much lately. I know he's a real busy guy, but he's actually one of my other closest friends. I think I talk with you more though, Peter, and
Yeah.
That's something I value a lot from this whole experience. Me personally. What about you?
I mean, between you and Buddha's another one I hear about all the time. Me and him's always talking. I mean, we live 45 minutes from each other. Once in a while, I might hear from Sinner or Irish, But outside that, it's not really very many anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the HCW server, Irish's little company, but I don't talk to him.
Right.
It just doesn't feel the same, Like I did one time, and this ain't bad talking to him. This ain't whatever. I commented one time, and everybody was all excited, like, "Oh, there's Pete. We haven't heard from him forever." And then they just go to attack each other and make fun of each other. It just doesn't seem, it didn't feel right.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like me coming in on a voice chat, like, "Hey, James,"
Yeah.
and we know it's a joke. It felt like, "Hey, James," like a difference. I miss the camaraderie. I miss the locker room just being boys.
I
You
do.
know?
I do too. Um, it's fun to have those type of days, and those were like nights that I would look forward to. Like, hey, let's see what everybody. Hey, I see like 3 or 4 people. I'm going to jump in and see what they're talking about. And then I felt like sometimes if I jumped in, then it's like 4 or 5 more people randomly showed up because I was in there, or whoever was in there.
Oh shit, the boss is here. Ooh. Let's go
But
see
I
what
mean,
drama
it
can
wasn't
do.
even like that. It wasn't that, oh, y'all should come in because the boss is here. It's more like, oh shit, let's have fun. Let's come in here and talk some trash. And I love doing it. And
But that was the big difference for me for PCW PWF is like, you had Kent,
mm-hmm.
and then you had you. Kent was in one voice chat ever.
Yeah.
And you was in a lot of them, all the time.
Yeah.
And even Drake the True Snake wasn't really in the PCW ones. I mean,
I think he came into like 1 or 2 himself. I always tried to invite him, but it's like he never wanted to show up. But me, you, Buddha, Irish, we did it a lot. Hell, even Zach Storm at the time.
Zach Storm was in almost every one of them.
Yeah, almost every single time.
Sinner was another one.
But he was such a busy man at the time, leading the Enders and all. I'm just kidding.
And going stalking people for his autographs.
Sarge said, I was the only one who was able to make the Nemesis laugh when no one could at the time with those random sounds. Yeah, I remember.
Because you were so stupid. Stupid. You come in.
I was always kayfabe because I was trying to teach y'all, and we were that. I guess because you see, it started out. I wanted to do those sessions to where we were like trying to have fun and practice promos and be in character. Because almost 99% of the time I'm in character. But that little bastard would come in and he'd just do some random shit. I just like trying to break the Undertaker. He'd actually get me. It's very hard to do that.
He's trying to get you to corpse a little bit. Too busy going stalking all those people for autographs and pictures.
Let's
creep.
Back to business for a quick second. How about tell me about the last match you've ever had, the actual match in a ring or trampoline or whatever, your last actual physical match, and what was what was it about? Who was it against? What was it for? And the outcome of it.
So it was actually this show, One Way Out, the tag team match. I don't know if you guys can kind of see it,
Yeah.
but what it was I was the hardcore champion. The other guy was the Marine. He was the CWE champion. We were a tag team, and we was the power. What was it? The two top guys as champions. Well, you had another tag team, Crucifixion, they were called. They were coming for the belts. They were both former champions. They were coming for the belts. And we had a tag team match. It was a no holds bar tag team match. But the only difference was you had to tag each other, and it wasn't tornado tag. It was regular tag. And going into the match, I had the ego. Go figure. My character had an ego. And I didn't want to tag with the guy, but I had to because the board of directors said I had to.
Right.
And we went into the match. It was in my hometown. Big show. We had I want to say close to 80 people, give or take, something like that.
Yeah.
And what it was is I would either tag myself in the match or I'd tag myself out, and I'd go sit in the crowd and just sit here like, you go do this, you go do this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we go through the match. The first stipulation was whoever got pinned was that respective champion. So if he got pinned, he'd lose his belt. If I got pinned, I'd lose my belt. That was the thing. Midway through the match, me and him was arguing. We was fighting, pushing each other like, yo, you go do this. You got us in this mess, yada, yada. Well, the board of directors came out and said, all right, the team that wins gets both belts. So now you guys got to work together if you're going to want your belts. So we go back and forth. This was a match where I went through the thumbtacks. He got knocked out. Okay, the church, the way it was set up, there was the ring, and then there was like this little stairway that goes up to the top. Well, there was a pillar, two pillars. And he got thrown into the pillar, got knocked out. I was by myself. I was like, fuck it, I can do it. Go for it. Well, I was at the edge of the trampoline. One guy had me in a crucifixion. The other guy had me in a figure four. So it kind of looked like I was getting crucified, and
Yeah.
I passed out.
Oh man.
Yeah, I passed out. Yeah. Kayfabe, brother. Kayfabe.
Kayfabe.
Yep. I fell down. The other guy finally woke up. I woke up, came to, saw the other two having the belts. I was like, wait, what's happening? I shoved him. He shoved me. We started fighting. Well, not kayfabe. This guy hit me in the ribs so hard that it knocked the breath out of me that I legit grabbed his hair and went, and it hit him right in the forehead as hard as I could.
Didn't you?
Yep, receipt. Had to give him a receipt. So front row, my dad's sitting there with the video camera, and all you hear is whap. This guy goes down. He's like, ow, 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 like laying there. And we've brawled. The other two guys came in, and this will pop you. They gave me a stunner because me and him was trying to fight. We were all like trying to get at each other, and the one guy turns around, kicks me, stunners me.
Uh-huh.
So I come to board directors come out. They go, you know what? We reversed this. Only Marine loses his belt. Pete keeps his, and then that make me and the other guy feud. Go from there. But that was the last physical show we ever had.
What
so
year?
My last match, 2016.
You miss it?
No, for sure.
Oh man.
I mean, even though it was on trampoline, I mean, I'm sure if we would have kept going, we'd eventually TBW it.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't matter, trampoline or not. I miss the trampoline days, not going to lie. I love being in the ring. I always will. But I have those memories of what it was like on the trampoline because it was just innocent and fun back then. We were just having fun playing pretend. That's the way I saw it back then.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the one thing I do brag about with the trampoline thing is we were a traveling show. We were never in the same building. We was always different buildings. People was actually calling saying, hey, why don't you come do this, Yeah. We would have like preachers preach throughout it and yada yada and that stuff. But I mean, we had people lining up, signing us up, saying, "Hey, sign this waiver in case somebody gets hurt." Yada yada. And we went and trained and all that. And I was in the wrestling company learning
Mm-hmm.
how to lock up, and I was teaching the other people how to do it. So I mean, if it would have went, we would have been something.
That's neat. I remember same type of thing. I never got to
Mm-hmm.
travel or anything like that on a
Yeah,
trampoline. Buddha asked, "Do you think anyone, since you couldn't, could piss off Draquan in a promo battle?"
I got this close, this close. I got that guy legitimately pissed me off because he would say the stupidest things to pop me. Yeah, he would call me stupid names. I remember one promo I did with him where I was teaching the kids, like, this is not how you do a promo. And I gave examples with Draquan. And he goes, well, I work at a school. I know how to teach kids, you son of a bitch. And I got so mad. I was like, oh, I can't fight that because it's true.
Yeah.
Who would I think could piss him off? Hmm. Oh, that's a good one. I want to say Hen Dog, but Hen Dog makes him laugh too much.
I know. Hen Dog's just freaking hilarious, honestly.
I
Um,
think I think if he really tried and like legitimately tried, I think Sinner could get him to get really pissed off.
really.
Yeah. I don't know how, but I feel like Sinner could probably get him to get mad about something.
Center was damn good at pissing people off. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
legitimate. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
why. He was just really, really good at it.
And I love that kid to death. I really do. It's just, I think Sinner, or I'm sure Irish could.
You think so?
Yeah. What
Man.
about you?
Um, Probably Center as well. I would probably say the same thing. I think Center could do it as well. He was just, I mean, he could say the damnedest thing and just do it.
Mm-hmm.
I never wanted to try and piss somebody off legitimately. I would
Mm-hmm.
just want to say things to get under their skin. You know how I work.
Yeah.
But the thing I always fed off of, not fed off of, but read off of Draquan when I worked with him a little bit was I would talk my trash to him like I would you, like I would anybody
Mm.
when I go James Taylor mode. And Draquan, it's not that he was just smiling about it. He knew he had to be a little bit serious, but he was never mad. I think he was just more
Yeah.
not to boost my own ego, but I really felt because he told me a few times that he felt it was an honor to be able to face me. And I was like, dude, I'm nobody super special. But Draquan saw me as an equal at least of
Mm.
him. And if not a big dog, and that was always fun. And I saw him like that too. I saw him up there with you and me and Buddha. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
even Lethal Injection was the guy who, when we
Mm-hmm.
first did PCW and he first came in, he was trying different things, and Kent would hardly talk to him
Yeah.
and reach out to me and say, "What am I doing wrong with, man? You're not doing nothing wrong. It's just the way that he does things."
Sure.
Uh, and all that. And I'm like, just be patient. And then it worked out. And then we did the PWF, and it ended up being better for Lethal. And I think that's why me and him have a mutual respect for each other as well. Anthony Steele, what's up, brother? He's came in here. He said, "What's good, guys?" So yeah, that's who you three. Oh. Well, we kind of answered this a little bit earlier, but not that
Mm.
many, I guess. He's asking, who is your three dream opponents? Well, Anthony, is that for backyard wrestling or is that for pro wrestling? You know, I guess I could just ask it, Peter. If you,
Yeah.
I know one of them already, but who would
Yeah.
be like
So
one or two
so
backyard wrestlers you would like to face? You said Atomic Titan and me.
yeah, I'll stick TBW. Um, Top three I can think off the top of my head. Atomic Titan, of course. I consider you, but not really because that's an obvious. Like I said, I try to steer away from the obvious. So if I had to do that, me and Atomic, me and Gage Flair, and then the third one, the name is escaping me. Who's the heavyweight champion right now?
Daniel Cole.
Daniel Cole.
Yeah.
Just for a simple fact that I could see, even if he's not the champion, I could see me and Buddha as my manager against him and his. Because, like I said, if I ever go down there, I got to drag Buddha's ass with me. Pro wrestling wise, CM Punk, obviously. I think also with AEW, because WWE's, I mean, those guys are too big for me.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't make sense. But I would do CM Punk, Darby Allin, and
Well,
this is oddball, but John Silver
John Silver.
from the Dark Order. If you ever seen him actually wrestle, he's damn good.
Really?
Yeah, you have to check him out.
Sure, you would have picked your boy MJF, Maxwell.
I would love to promo against him, but I'm pretty sure he'd be one of the few that I would probably have trouble with.
Yeah.
Standing toe to toe with. But I mean,
I'd have fun with it.
mm-hmm. Oh, I'd have fun. I'd probably get my ass whooped, but I'd have fun.
Ouch, man.
But,
You know the nature of the business. You got to be. You got to know it. Some bitch ever.
You got to believe the hype.
Yeah.
Believe the hype.
You don't believe in it. I'll make it. And I got to face it. Season finale 5.
I'm telling you, you're gonna whoop that ass, right?
You looking forward to that match? You know what? Let's go ahead and let's ask you some TBW questions, okay? Because we asked this on Titan's show. If you watch some of it, he was asking questions, so I'm going to ask it if they're watching because I know they'd probably love to hear outside opinions. What is your predictions on some of the matches? Let's start with if you're familiar with them. Let's ask you a big one: Russell Cooper versus Triple J. If you know those two, the Commissioner Russell Cooper versus Johnny Jackass Jameson.
I'm pulling for Russell Cooper for the simple fact that if he wants to step away from the Commissioner for a minute and be a wrestler, he's got to be able to back it up. So I'm predicting that he does the upset of the night and wins finally and presents himself as a competition, like competitor.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Nice. Before the next question, Anthony's asking, let's stay with TBW. If you could create a 4-man faction, who would it be and why? Ooh, good question. Interesting.
Ooh.
For TBW? I could answer that, but if you want, Peter, I'll let you answer.
Yeah.
We both could.
I'm gonna try my best with TBW. I mean, I've been watching you guys. I'm not familiar with names just yet because it's not, not saying anything bad. It's just it's not a constant show. You know, I watch the show and give it a like and all that. It's just hard to remember names, but
I would recreate the Elite Operatives.
You're a son of a bitch for that because you just stole that out of my mouth. You read my mind.
Go ahead.
That was literally what I was going to say. Is I wanted to see a TBW version of the Elite Operatives, and with James Taylor at the helm, of course. This might be a weird one, but Russell Cooper being in there. Yeah, aligning himself. He gets tired of all the bullshit and aligns himself with James Taylor.
Okay, and who are the other two? Kind of think like who could go under my wing that you think could follow me and we'd be.
I want you to take. Is it Fat Asian?
Yeah,
that's the name.
Fat Asian.
I want to see a whole new character with him. I want you to take him and just give him something new. Because Fat Asian works. He's a dancer, all that. But I want to see a more serious, more
serious Fat
Asian. More serious character.
He's actually a 2-time world champion, believe it or not.
Yeah.
PW.
Well, he could be 3 if he stepped it up.
Yeah, and you think I could mold him if he let me?
Yeah. He would be kind of like the Buddha of the group.
Okay.
Just kind of the quieter, but eventually breaks out. And for 4,
who would number 4 be? the fourth guy. That it'd be me as the leader with Russell
Mm-hmm.
Cooper and Fat Asian,
Fat Asian.
version of Fat Asian, maybe
Mm-hmm.
even a new version of Russell Cooper. But
Yeah. A
or
more. Yeah.
who would the fourth guy be? Who could you see could work with that you think could work with me that I could take under my wing and we can make a badass elite opera?
Oh shit! What's his name? Ledger. Ledger.
Ledger,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
interesting. That would
I mean,
be
I know he won the Rumble and all that, but I could see him being kind of like the Randy Orton type of the group, or
uh-huh.
I could
That's
see.
that's really cool. So you heard it yourself, guys. If any of you guys are watching, that would be an interesting elite operatives. Now let me go with my version.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it would be very interesting to see that if I was to pick, I do the same thing, the elite operatives, and I'd pick four as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would pick, believe it or not, I'd pick Anthony Steele as he'd be my like Batista type guy,
The heavy. Yeah.
the heavy hitter, the big. He's
Yeah.
the monster. He's Anthony Steele. He's Diablo. I would pick him as my number one, and then if I was to pick two others, I would pick probably Ledger as my second, and reason being is because he's very crafty. He's he's defeated the Joker persona, as he said, but he's got that dark side. He's got a lot of passion. He's got a
Yeah.
lot of charisma as far
Mm-hmm.
as that passion, and he knows what he wants, and what he wants is the world championship. And he doesn't quit until he gets the job done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I was to pick a fourth and final, I would probably pick Gage Flair. And
Really.
the reason being, I mean, he's got that Ric Flair persona about him, but
Yeah.
he's a veteran as well. So is Ledger in his own circumstance. Because Ledger's been wrestling actually for quite a while himself, but him and Gage together as a team
Yeah.
instead of a feud, they know each other like nothing. They know each other really, really well. Have them two with me, James Taylor, and then also Anthony Steele with his experience. If you had all four of us for the elite operatives, I don't think anybody
Yeah.
could backyard wrestling. Nobody. And y'all heard that from me, and we heard Peter's as well. I mean, they're both great ideas. Hey, you never know. I mean,
Never
sometimes
know.
you hear something they go off the whim of it, but that's a pretty good question.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one.
What do you think?
Even though I know Anthony Steele's going to lose, hopefully on the 16th, I still like your question. Good question.
Good question, Anthony.
Yeah. If you could wrestle as good as the questions you make, you'd be a damn good wrestler.
Share this with Titan and all them, Anthony, if you can, on the messenger chat or whatever chat, any chat, and tell them to come in here. You heard that, but
I mean, if you did that, who knows that maybe I might bring Buddha and somebody else and bring the Pantheon into TBW.
Yeah, there you go, the Pantheon.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we still got that thing going.
Wow.
I might present that to some TBW wrestlers and have them represent the Pantheon.
Anthony said we were friends.
Oh, we are. We are. I'm on the podcast. I have to give brownie points. James is going to win. I will say, even though, like, just the outside perspective through the whole, if I just stumbled on TBW, James versus Anthony Steele would be my top match that I'm excited to see
for season finale.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and let's go back to those predictions. Go ahead, say what you say though.
I was just going to say, if you run the matches, I'll give you the deal. I picked Russell Cooper.
Yeah, for that one. Okay, so there's the United States Championship match between Joe Anderson and Party Animal Fat Asian. So they're going to be in a one-on-one match for the U.S. title. If you were to pick one of those guys, who would you pick?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Fat Asian won his last match, did he not?
He did. He's actually been on.
He's got momentum.
He's been on fire, actually.
I hope he knocks that mask off Joe Anderson and finally takes that belt from him.
Damn. There
Yeah.
you heard it here, folks.
Oh, I'm gonna talk my shit because I might be in TW one day, but Joe Anderson looks like a goof creator wrestler, so I hope Fat Asian whoops that butt.
Talking some shit. There it
Yeah,
is.
I'm in character now.
What about Atomic Titan in a no holds barred match against that guy Little Mike, who's actually a former world champion himself? If you looked at any of it, and he's originally been in TBW since the beginning as well. He took a year break and then recently made his return to challenge Atomic Titan to a match at season finale.
Now, Little Mike helped you, right? When
Little
Anthony Steele.
Yeah, during
Yeah,
my promo with
yeah.
Anthony, he randomly came out, but I don't know him personally. I've watched
Now, I mean, he's a big boy,
him,
and Atomic Titan's a little guy.
right?
But I know both are former world champions. I know Atomic Titan can go. I've seen him go. His match with that one outside the open challenge match he lost a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's
That was a damn good match.
the one with the Derek Destroyer dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was from like
That
a
that was a
ocean. Yep.
yeah. The Enziguri and that I think they did like a Trouble in Paradise. I think it was, and that was a damn good match. But I don't know. Little Mike's got a lot to prove, and I hope he just stomps a mud hole in Atomic Titan because I
Even
want to do the same thing.
though you're a Atomic Titan fan, you actually want
I
to.
am.
There you
I,
go.
I
Hey,
want to see him lose.
this Peter Richards here, my friend. He's actually a fan of yours. So,
Hmm.
but give you a little backstory. Uh, Little Mike was the world champion at season finale 4 and was in a match against Lex. He retained, but then out of nowhere came out, I think Big Mac or Beast, and he hit Little Mike to knock him down. And Atomic Titan came out with his briefcase, cashed it
Ooh.
in, and curb stomped Little Mike and won the belt. And we didn't see
He's
Mike for almost a year. That's why Little Mike is back for revenge. That's why this match.
so he got Seth Rollins, and he wants some payback.
Uh huh.
Well, I mean, ring rust is a damn good thing to not have, and Atomic Titan's been not top of his game, but he's been here since then. It's going to take a lot for Little Mike, and I hope he beats Atomic Titan, but I see Atomic Titan pulling this one.
You think?
Just for the simple fact he's been wrestling for a year longer.
Yeah, technically true. Technically true.
Mm-hmm.
Mike could have some ring rust. You
Yeah.
know, you might see some of that ring rust, but can't you think he could hit an F5 on Atomic Titan and pull that
He's
victory?
got to catch him. You got to get that grip and hold that grip and get him over.
That's
I
definitely.
mean, that's a good 50-50 on me, but I think Atomic Titan's going to pull it out somehow. He's going to weasel his way out of it.
You never, yeah, sneaky little shit, and he's a heel right now. So that's
he's got a lot to prove.
Let's go with the last one in the main event. You know what the main event is? It's a triple match for
It's Gage Flair,
and Daniel Cole,
Daniel Cole, and then I don't know, and Ledger, right?
Ledger,
yep.
the Rumble. Daniel Cole defended the championship, and Gage Flair basically he inserted himself into this championship match. And the stipulation is only actually on Gage Flair. If Gage loses this match, he can never again wrestle for the World Heavyweight Championship while he's in TBW. As of right now,
Oof.
if he loses,
big oof.
Yeah.
See, that one's a good one. I just hope Cole gets his face stomped in. I know he's playing his gimmick good. You got a damn good gimmick if you're watching. I know you rip off Brock Lesnar too much, but you got a damn good gimmick because it's annoying as fuck. It really is. To see your scrawny 5-foot butt just bouncing back and forth.
Surprisingly, he don't do it at 5. And
I know. Damn near Brock Lesnar without being Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he does them suplexes and stuff, but he hadn't been in the ring with Taylor yet. But go ahead, keep going.
I mean, Gage Flair's got everything to win and everything to lose. And that's a good motivation.
He did lose to James Taylor, though.
He did. He did. And that was a damn good match, too. I mean, those chops were hard.
Nobody expected that to happen. I mean, not even me. But I surprised myself.
The momentum killer.
Stunning his ass out of nowhere and pinning him 1, 2, 3. But that's because I know what to do to get the job done, and I showed my veteran skills. And Anthony Steele, I know that you're watching, but like I said the other night, what makes you think that you couldn't defeat the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Ledger? Y'all had a badass match, but you couldn't defeat him, and Ledger's never, honestly defeated Gage Flair 1, 2, 3 yet. And I defeated Gage Flair, who's defeated Ledger. So what makes you think, Anthony, that you could? You know what? It's not even about me though. We're still talking with Peter.
You're getting in there. Let me finish my prediction. We're down to the last one. But like I said, Gage Flair has everything to win, everything to lose. Ledger came back, won the Rumble, just shocked the hell out of me. I mean, I watched that match, and I was pulling for you, I was pulling for others, and then Ledger, I was like, who the hell is this? Next thing you know, he wins. Has everything to gain. And this is a big match. I mean, this one's a hard one for me. But if I was a betting man, I would pull for Ledger.
You heard it here, folks.
He's got the momentum. He's got the Rumble win. He's on a high right now. This match, I know he's been itching. He's got everything to prove, and it keeps getting postponed. It just makes it more and more itchier for that win. And he's going to weasel something out.
A lot of fans are pulling for Ledger, and a lot of people believe that it's his time. A lot of people thought it was his time, though, at Summer Bash. And
that is true.
Out of the blue, when you thought he was going to get that victory, his mind, the Joker persona, was messing with him. He wasn't quite over it yet. And Gage took advantage of that and won the world title that night. And then Daniel Cole, rookie green guy that he is, he's been pretty dominant and shown his force and became the world champion out of nowhere with a few short matches.
That pissed me off. I mean,
pissed a lot of people off, but he's doing a job as a heel. I think this match could go any way, in my opinion. It could be Ledger. It could be Gage Flair. It could be Daniel Cole. Ledger and Gage Flair have so much history, and they hate each other's guts. That Daniel Cole, not to try and give you too many ideas, Daniel, if you're listening, but Daniel Cole could use his mind if he was smart enough. This is what I would do. This is what James Taylor would do. I think this
step back.
Would do. Stay back and let them kill each other. That's the only advantage that he would need, is let them beat the living hell out of each other and then take that opportunity.
Be a vulture.
But I think he's greedy, and he'll want to be the one that the attention's on and try and be the badass that he thinks he's going to be. But then I think Gage Flair, being the dirtiest player in the game and having the experience that he has as a veteran, it could go his way, because Daniel Cole doesn't have to be pinned or submitted to lose this match.
Nope.
It could go either way. But
he could stack Ledger and Dan Cole on top of each other, put them both in a figure four somehow, make them both tap.
You never know.
I mean, he's got a lot to prove. I mean, he could lose his chances to ever fight for that heavyweight championship again. So he's going to have to be dirty. I would expect a few nut shots. I'd expect a few eye pokes, a few chops here and there to get it done, because that's what I would do.
I know. Same. Exactly. Anthony's saying that we're going to be out of character. Me and him are going to be the match of the night. And if I need to be kayfabe right here, I agree. You got James Taylor on the card. Maybe it should be the main event, but hey, it doesn't matter what spot I am on the card. You got James Taylor on there, and you got Anthony Steele. We're gonna steal the show.
Your match is like no holds barred, right? Or
it's a no holds barred street fight match. Yeah, basically street fight.
So I mean, you guys can do a lot of stuff. I want to see some innovative stuff. I want to see you guys damn near kill each other.
And that's probably going to happen.
Take it out of the ring. I want to see y'all chop, punch. I want to see somebody bleed. I want to see something good. I want to see that match. You, Anthony Steele, that's your challenge. You said it right there. Match of the night. I want to see it.
As great as that and hyped up as that main event is, I want people to be saying, and this is what everybody in TBW should be doing if you're listening, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, myself included, and Anthony, should say to themselves, my match is going to be the match that everybody talks about this year. My match is going to be the match that everybody talks about from this show. You remember season finale 5, that match with James Taylor and Anthony Steele? Yeah, what about the main event? Well, yeah, that was good, but James Taylor and Anthony Steele, Jesus. I mean, that was awesome. Could be match of the year. Who knows?
I mean, after the last few months of all the drama and stuff that's happened with PWF and everything, y'all got a lot to prove, and I want to see it. I want to see that fire. I want to see you guys just go at it and damn near kill each other. Prove the haters wrong.
There you go. And that's exactly what I'm doing. That's what we do. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up, but I'm gonna ask you, do you have any questions that you're curious about or that you would like to ask? Is there anything you want to talk about or bring up?
Where do you see, if you could have this any way you wanted, just out of the blue, just whatever, if you could have one more show for PWF, how would you want it to go? What kind of matches would you want? What would you want to headline? All out. Just one more show. Just off the top of your head, is there anything?
A hurrah show or something like that?
I mean, it doesn't have to be, or it could be like a rebirth, or it's just if you had one chance to have one show, what couple matches would you want on there?
Well, I would probably see, if I was to put a card together, a couple of matches, I'd probably put Sarge versus Skippy the Clown.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them.
That's an obvious,
but
yeah.
Even have Sarge morph back into Mackie the Clown, one-on-one. Could even make it a little more interesting. Make it a triple threat and throw Icarus in there. It would definitely be an interesting kind of take because he's got this thick, dark persona himself. But I might just keep it to where it's just those two. Mackie the Clown versus Skippy the Clown. And some type of a match. Any type
like
of
a fun house type match, or
a House of Horrors or something like that. That would be really, really...
That'd be great.
Second match, I would want to see actually Irish Outlaw and Icarus go at it.
Yeah.
Themselves. Like to see them, to see what they could do, because Irish Outlaw, Irish Outlaw was a character to me. Everybody gives me shit. Not everybody, but he gave me shit because he thinks I never really respected him or saw him as anything. I liked him, I liked his character. I saw things different than other people, I guess, because of my experience. But he's earned my respect. Deep down, I'm going to say it out loud right here, right now. Irish Outlaw, if you're watching, you have earned James Taylor's respect. And that's why I would see you in a match with Icarus, to see y'all do that one-on-one. Just to see what would happen and how it would go. I would then like to see, Buddha. I would like to see Buddha and Draquan one-on-one in an action. It would be interesting to see them without, complimenting each other or nothing, or respecting each other. I want to see them hate each other and
at each other's throats.
Yeah, they can't stand each other so bad that they're gonna destroy each other. And I'd like to see a clothesline from hell. I'd like to see a blackout. I'd like to see them just go at it. I think that would be pretty cool. I wouldn't even mind seeing Anthony Steele come and have a match with Center. Center versus Anthony, to me, would be really up there. That would be a really... Yeah, man. You kind of got me a goosebumps on it.
That would be a good one.
I think that would be awesome to see. Honestly,
I could see Center getting under his skin.
Oh, because Anthony is cocky and
he's
arrogant.
all,
Center, for the young cat that he is, this guy's the UK, and he is an annoying, self-centered, egotistical son of a bitch.
And he's
But
very calm about it too.
that's why I like, and I know he might be watching this. I've actually always liked Center because he
Mhm.
earned my respect because he's held up with guys who are older than him that
Yeah.
are veterans and know their shit. He's held up, and I got to give the kid credit. I think he could be a big superstar in his life in his career later on if he really wanted to be. And to see him and Anthony would be, I think it would be money. Honestly, if they were to do a match, it would definitely be his
Mhm.
UFC background, and then
Yeah.
Anthony still in the backyard background. It'd be interesting, you know.
So
Um,
to
what?
piggyback off of Anthony's question, if you could do like just a 3 card show, 3 or 4 matches, if you could do PWF versus TBW, and anybody from PWF can be present to do the match, just fantasy wise, what would your card look like? You
Oh
don't
man,
have to give winners or losers. Just if you could pick anybody from PWF, put them in the ring with somebody from TBW, what would your card be? You include yourself and me
yeah.
or whatever.
Before I do that, let me do my main event that I would want to
Oh,
do for PWF to bring
okay.
those back.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
those matches I announced, I would actually for the main event would want to do it with you. Have a bring back kind of like Austin Rock in a way. It's the way I kind of
Mm-hmm.
looked at it. Austin versus The Rock. Um,
Our
I
last hoorah.
yeah, a last hurrah. Yeah, 1-on-1. Um, Before that, and all those other matches, I'd like a battle royal and have everybody in there, lethal injection, and you know, uh, Jared, uh, you
Yeah.
know, maniac,
Maniac.
um,
Zach Storm.
Lucifer, all those,
Lucifer.
uh,
Loki.
Loki, yeah,
Prodigy.
yeah, Prodigy, that's right. Have them all in a battle royal, and
Yeah.
the winner becomes, like the
Yeah.
last hurrah or whatever. It would be
Yeah.
interesting to see all that. But that would be kind of like my match card for another PWF show if we were to bring it back.
That'd be badass.
PWF and TBW, put them
Mm-hmm.
together and say everybody's there. Everybody could
Mm-hmm.
show up. Some
Mm-hmm.
interesting matchups. I would do you versus Atomic Titan and see how that would end up. That would be pretty freaking interesting to see that.
I want last man standing with him though.
Last man.
I want to see if he can handle it.
Oh man, I don't know. It'd
I
be
see how he takes some bumps.
Anthony's saying he wants Draquan. Yeah, Anthony Center would be the money. As cool as Draquan,
Yeah,
I really believe that you and Center would be
that would be
made right there, man. And that being said, I'd like to see that
goosebumps.
in an actual physical match
Goosebumps.
in TBW and PWF would be Anthony versus Center.
Ooh, that would, because Center's so calm and Anthony's so sporadic and stuff. It would be perfect.
Uh-huh.
You could just keep it to where they stay separate until the match, till the bell rings. They can't touch, and ooh, the electricity would be over it. It would chef's kiss on that one. I'll give you that one. That's
Yeah.
a damn good one.
One that would be kind to me would be Icarus and Gage Flair because Icarus has that Macho Man persona in a sort of way too because he really loves Macho Man. And if
Mm-hmm.
he was to do that Macho Man thing with Gage's Ric Flair, that would be pretty golden right there to me.
That would be.
Be.
Yeah.
I would definitely like to see that. As far as myself, the guy that I've got the most attention on that I want after Anthony would be Ledger. Me and Ledger going at it. I think that would be a pretty badass match. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's really all I could think of at the top of my
If
head. Now, what about
if
you?
if we could get Buddha and Low Key, the Pantheon, the original the tag team of the group,
Uh-huh.
who would you want as a tag team to fight them from TBW?
From TBW,
Mm-hmm.
Buddha and
Low
uh,
Key.
Loki
Mm-hmm.
versus I would say, man, there's so many people that's gone in and out of
Yeah.
TBW. As far as like current superstars, I would say
Who would you team up with Fat Asian? Because I can see Fat Asian and Buddha being a good one. Would you tag him with somebody?
Joe Anderson.
Joe Anderson?
Joe
There you
Anderson,
go.
the Reaper dude. I'd
Yeah.
see. I could see them together.
That would be a good one.
Anthony saying OTK, his little clique that he's got with
OT.
Atomic Titan, the Out to Kill. That's what they call themselves.
So Buddha and Loki versus OTK.
Buddha and Loki versus OTK, which would be Titan and Anthony Steele. It would be interesting.
He wants to do double duty.
He wants to do double duty, I guess. Anthony's, all about look at us.
Yeah.
And you never know. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely like that. Um,
Yeah.
Hell, I would like to see you and Ledger go at it. That would be
Yeah.
pretty cool. These are like possible dream matches and stuff.
I could see that. I was thinking you could take Ledger versus Lethal because Lethal has his split personality. Ledger has his. I could see something. They both be in and out of their characters. You got Rage and Lethal versus the Joker and Ledger. I could see that. That'd be a good dynamic.
It would
I
definitely
could.
be.
Mm-hmm. I could see Daniel Cole versus Draquan. That would be a good one. Because
Oh
I
yeah.
could see Draquan just shitting all over his manager. I could see it a mile away. He'd just be smoking. His manager be smoking his cigarette, and Draquan's over here smoking his weed. And
Yeah,
it'd be just comedy gold.
that would definitely be interesting. Anthony's saying if he had to pick a partner from PWF, it'd either be James or Peter.
You damn skippy hippie.
I've had some people say that to me that they could see Anthony and James Taylor being a team as much as they hate each other.
Like the Stone Cold and Triple H
Yeah, like Stone Cold and Triple H did, or even Stone Cold and HBK.
and
They hate
HBK.
each other. In '97, they were tag partners and became tag champs, and they hated each other. And it was the first time at King of the Ring '97. If you look back, you look at the research because of how well I know it. It was the first time two tag team champions ever faced each other in one-on-one competition. There was a time before later on at WrestleMania 23. It was Shawn Michaels and John Cena in the main event, and they were tag champs fighting for the WWE titles. Things like that is awesome. And
Yeah.
put the ego of Anthony Steele and James Taylor, who hate each other, put them together, it would be a damn sure interesting tag team because we could hate each other. I always love those type of tag teams where the two guys hate each other, but
Yeah.
they're good together.
That's how like I said, this show, that's the whole premise. Me and Marine hated each other. We're both the top champions. I'm way more popular than him. He's greener and goose shit, but I don't think he can hack it, and we're just going at it. But I mean, I could see Diablo and the Tyrant King one-on-one, together against whoever. And hell, maybe I'll bring Buddha and we'll fight you guys. You never know.
There you go. But Peter Richards and James Taylor.
That's got to happen eventually.
Peter Richards and James Taylor as a tag team
Mm-hmm.
versus
OTK.
OTK. You get who you'd want. I would get Anthony Steele. It's a win-win. You know what I
There
mean?
you go. I didn't even think of that till just now.
There's money right
You
there.
can get your Anthony Steele again. I'll get Atomic Titan. We'll whoop that ass.
Buddha saying, ring. Oh, Buddha, all you gotta do is give one clothesline from hell and get the 1, 2, 3. That's all you have.
I'll distract the ref. You come out nowhere, just clothesline Atomic Titan, knock that head right off his shoulders because he's only this big. Just flatten his ass out and 1, 2, 3, and we're going to Chili's or Applebee's. I've never ate at Applebee's.
Anthony said, what is it? You could stunner him and I'll devil kick his ass. It won't let me show it.
I can see that.
You never know. Stunner, they turn around, boom, hit that devil's kick. But, maybe Anthony Steele versus the god of PWF, Peter Richards, because don't you do the COD?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the Claymore?
Mm-hmm.
Anthony. Peter
Mm-hmm.
Richards' finisher is the Claymore. He calls it
Mm-hmm.
the COD. What's that called, Peter?
The concussion on demand. Anytime I want to give you a concussion, all I gotta do is kick your head off.
Who'd hit it first? Who would hit that first? Huh,
Mm-hmm.
Anthony?
It's all written. I mean, Joshua Allen was watching this. Russell Cooper can watch this. Y'all listen.
You got some money
You just
matches
got,
you could think of, guys. I mean,
yep,
y'all can
yep.
write them down.
Just gotta buy me a plane ticket. That's all you gotta do. Because I don't know if he's worth driving all the way up there to Tennessee for. Buy that
Tall.
plane ticket. First class. Put me up front.
He said, how tall is Peter?
5'9".
He's a
But
little
this
tall.
5'9" will kick your ass anytime, anywhere.
But I mean, you've got Atomic Titan running around who was doing that Claymore kick. I'm pretty sure it'd be no problem for Peter to do it. So we got a little less than 10 minutes, and we're gonna wrap this up. Do you got anything that you want to talk? Anything you want to bring up? Anything you're curious about? Do you miss?
Mm,
I was to ask a question. Do you miss the promo wrestling?
I do.
Do you
I
miss
do.
it at all?
I do. I mean, like I said, I've had offers for KCW, HCW, BYW. Hell, some people ask for NGT. It just doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right. And I mean, this isn't a knock at anybody. I mean, I have the stigma. That's James's guy. That's PWF, and I don't want to go somewhere else and be belittled for it. And I just feel like we all should be a community. It's for fun, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all it is. Yeah, stuff like this, back and forth, create ideas. There's the TBW. There's the option for me. It's
Yeah.
there. It's there for anybody, really. I would love to see Lethal or Draquan or Sinner or somebody try it out.
Yeah.
I would love for all that. I mean, even if they go in and just do like a special enforcer or they do special referee or host. I mean, there's so many options out there, but I don't know. It got shitty at the end.
The
Egos.
is they say communication. There's hate, jealousy, all types of stuff like that. The wrestling business is the wrestling business, and I saw certain people as champions. I mean, that's like saying Vince McMahon getting mad at him because he wouldn't choose certain people as a champion or whatnot. And
Yeah.
I've heard this a lot. Why didn't you see such and such as a champion? I mean, it's not that I didn't see it. Maybe I was molding it to be. It's just a work in progress, and we're
I
all here.
mean,
But the politics is what got me.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's not too serious.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it got people like you got noticed by TBW.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a couple people that personally know me, um, and they saw my promos. They're like, "Yo, we know you like wrestling, but why the hell haven't you done promo or professional? You're
Yeah,
damn good on my." I've had professional wrestlers comment and like my stuff, saying, "Damn, you're better than most around here. Why don't you do it?" I was like, "Because I just haven't had the time. So I do this because it's fun. It's convenient. Get
yeah.
on there for 60 seconds to 3 minutes. Boom, pop it out, done."
There you
You
go.
know,
There you go. Anthony was asking, "Where are you from?" That's up to you whether you want to say it or not. But
Northeast Oklahoma, top
there,
right corner,
there it is. It's like
close
me,
to Tulsa.
Northwest Alabama, right there, top left corner. You
There
know,
you go. There you
I'm
go.
actually about 2.5 hours from the TBW arena where they do the show and all that. So it's only
Mhm.
about a 2.5, 3 hour drive at the most.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's worth going to.
One day the Sarge may show up. Yeah, I know. Old Sarge is saying maybe one day the Sarge may show up on
That
TV.
would be great.
If I could attract you guys to want to come, I mean, it'd be anything. And I know that it would be no problem probably to get you guys in. I can't guarantee nothing, but I know that the guys in TBW, I believe, respect me enough
Mhm.
to trust that what I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them thinking, well, that's James's boys. They're going to take over. No, I'd
That
show up for like 3 days and rough out 3, 4 matches and then go back home. I mean,
yeah.
that don't bother me one bit.
Buddha say it's a 6 hour drive for y'all. Yeah,
There you go.
it could be.
That's
Uh,
3 hours for me and 3 hours for him.
there you go. It is one thing I hear a lot is, and I feel I don't, I shouldn't feel bad, but at the same time, it's like I do because I'm not trying to do anything like that. Where people are saying, "Oh, Peter Richards is James Taylor's boy," that's his buddy. It's not like that, guys. It's
No,
respect for each other. Then that means you're
it,
saying the thing about Draquan. You're saying the same thing about Lethal Injection because
yeah.
I talk to those guys. The guys I talk to the most, though, is Peter and Lethal.
I
Those
mean,
guys.
it's like saying you look at WWE, that's John Cena, Triple H.
Yeah.
You look at AEW, Cody Rhodes, Young Bucks. That's what it is. You look at J Rod's company, you think of J Rod. You look
Uh-huh.
at NGT, Heel Hugs, KCW, Danoa,
Uh-huh.
HEW, Irish. I mean, it's synonymous with the people that make them the company. It's like you say with the championship. It's not the championship belt. It's the person.
Yeah. The champ
If you,
makes the superstar.
yeah, if
The superstar should make the champion.
hmm
You know what I
and
mean?
if you believe in your company, you'll become the company. And that's what I believe with PWF. I mean, I made that 15-minute promo ripping up the contract for PCW and saying I'm synonymous with PWF because this is where I feel like home.
And it wasn't that you were champion because I chose you. You took the ball and ran with it. I
Hmm.
gave you the opportunity just like I gave it to anybody else. I gave you the opportunity
Yeah,
and you ran with it. And that's why you were successful at what you did. Some
yeah,
guys are, some guys aren't. Some guys just haven't found it yet.
yeah.
And it doesn't mean that I was picking a favorite. It was nothing
No.
like.
I mean, you had Leach, then you had Center, then you had me, then it went to Tom Guff,
Uh huh.
back to me, to Irish, to me, now Joey Knight Jr.
Yeah.
I mean,
Deserved it. I believed he deserved it, and I hate that he got it, and then it just ended.
yeah, that pisses me off. That's a whole nother 2 hour conversation.
Yeah, it definitely can be.
I feel for that boy. He's such a good soul. He's such a good person.
Hopefully we can have him on the show here soon. But if you were to
Ooh, yeah.
let me ask you this last question, I guess. I mean, you can say whatever you want after that. If you were to see anybody on this show, who's somebody that you would like to see on this show, and why? And would you even consider coming back?
Yeah, I'll come back. That's a no brainer. I'd always like to come back. I like the spotlight on me. But who I would want to see from, I'll say from PWF, I would really, really, really die to see you and Drake the True Snake.
Me and Drake the True Snake, really?
I would like to see that, just the whole backstory from it, from PCW on. It'd be amazing to have Ken on here, but he'll never come on here.
I
But
don't think I didn't need him on here.
no, hell no. I was just joking on that one. I mean, there's so many. I wish there's a way to do this where we can have all the elite operatives in one. That would
you
be amazing.
you actually can do a little panel type on here. You
That
can,
would be cool. That would be really cool. You have all the enders.
yeah.
Um, but the real good one I think would be enjoyable for the fans and probably for you too would be you and Lethal.
Me and Lethal, yeah.
To get Lethal on here an hour or two, that would be amazing.
That would definitely be interesting.
He just has a way with his words. He's such a
He,
positive soul.
he's a busy guy, and I'd have to
Mm,
get the time out of him. But
yeah,
there's times where I talk to him, and we'll talk for over an hour or so.
yeah.
So,
But I
but
mean,
that's
Buddha would be a good one too.
Leach. I know was interested.
Mm.
Leach
Ooh,
said
that'd be a good one.
Center said he was interested. You know,
Well, of course,
that'd be
of
a
course, that little shit.
What about TBW? If you were to see me talk with any TBW guy,
Um, I would like to see, and he'd have to be in character. I would like to see Gage Flair. Um, Russell Cooper would be a good one. Um,
Russell Cooper is actually lined up this week. He's
yeah,
the next
okay.
one after. So
And this is weird. This is like a little segment I actually watched the other day. Was Josh Allen's documentary that he did.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if you've seen that. That's on the TBW page.
Yep.
That would be a good one. That guy really, how can I say? I don't want to say impressed me, but like
He's damn good.
that's a good story.
He is a good mouthpiece, and he's a good commentator. Really.
Yeah, I would love. That's why, and I'm not blowing smoke. I legit. It's in my bucket list. I want to perform in TBW at least once because I want him to commentate my match.
Like he did me, yeah.
I want to hear, holy shit, the god of PWF's here. I want to hear that. I want to hear that.
Dude, when you do the match, I'm gonna tell you from experience already. When you do the match, it's one thing, it's fun. But then when they bring it to life and you hear the commentary, it's like it brings a whole new life to the match.
Oh, yeah.
I always look forward to that because to hear what they're talking about during the match, it's awesome. It's fun.
I know. I want to. If the perfect world happened and everything worked right, I want to interrupt a James Taylor match like he did with Anthony Steele, and I just want to hear, "Holy shit, the god of PW, the 5-time champion is here. What's he doing here?" And yada yada. I want to hear that. That's a dream of mine, and I'm getting excited hearing about it myself.
You never know, man. You never know.
But I mean, I'll say it to the day it goes down. TBW is something special. It really is. I see PWF in TBW. That's why I like following it because it's just a small thing that nobody's really insulting and they're not really saying nothing nice, but it's making big waves. It's slowly getting there.
Yeah.
And then when you actually notice it, you go back and say, holy shit, Anthony Steele? Holy shit, Atomic Titan? Holy shit, Gage Flair? Like, you go back, Joshua Allen, all that, and see it. That's what PWF seemed like to me. You know, you had NGT, and then you go, well, what's this PWF? Who the hell is this Nemesis James Taylor? Who's this Yorkshire Center?
Yeah.
Creepy Leech. Why is he in the graveyard talking all slow and mysterious like Skippy the Clown, just sporadic on the camera?
That's cool. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show, and definitely fun to talk about. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the Nemesis Sessions, and you have the god of PWF himself, Peter Richards, right here. He'll be back. I mean, I feel we could talk another 2 to 4 hours. I mean, we could talk about how that works. Also, check out this man's podcast. If I can put it in the link inside the description box, if you'd like me to, or you can comment it if he wants to.
I mean, you can put it in there, but I'll give a little knock because I was going to let me do this because I got to do this.
Go for it real quick.
It's called Unexplained Memories. It talks about Bigfoot, UFOs. I have season 2's out right now. I have my co-host Bean Dip, aka Billy. We kind of add jokes to it. I recently went on a 30-minute tangent about catfish with arms and legs. It sounds funny. Go listen to it. It's amazing. But if you go to anchor.fm and find Unexplained Memories, it also is on Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you listen to. And just find the one that's got the UFO pulling up the Bigfoot.
There you go.
That's mine. Also go to unexplainedmemories.com for all my merch. I got it pretty cheap. I make like $4 off of it. It's great merch. It's awesome. Get everything from t-shirts to sweats to cups, whatever you like.
Sarge
but James is it? Huh?
Sarge wants to know when can he be on your podcast, Peter?
Hell no.
Yeah,
I'll get you in there, buddy.
There you go. I've been on Peter's podcast twice. And I'm looking forward to the third time whenever he gets me back on there.
Yep. They are still to this day the highest listened ones.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And hopefully this will be that. Maybe you could do something like this too, a little face.
Yeah. You send me the little details how to do this because I've been actually wanting to do this.
There you go. So guys, this is Peter Richards and this is the Nemesis James Taylor. You're watching Sessions. We will catch your asses down the road, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all later.
Or the Pantheon, baby.
There you go.